Hi friends, decluttering my kitchen. This is the before. This cabinet we hardly ever used because it's hard to get to. This is another before picture. As you can see, this area was kind of a catch-all. Do you guys have areas in your kitchen that kind of collect random things? Not necessarily random, but just things that don't seem to have order. So I decided to finally declutter this area once and for all. Next, I had to wipe down everything because it was just gross. And what we decided to do was move the microwave over and then the little tiny fridge that has my daughter's food in it onto the white stand there. But before we can do that, we had to clean everything off. And as you can see behind me in the other pictures, there is a coffee table that holds the fridge right now. And for whatever reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to use the coffee table there, but it obviously doesn't work because you can't get into the cabinet. And then next I had to move all this stuff because obviously you can't move the fridge with all the stuff in the way. And that gate was from my daughter's crib, and we would use it for like a baby gate for the dogs so they didn't come into the kitchen while we were eating or into like the dining room area while we were eating. So here's my handsome husband moving the fridge. And then next, I just did a little wipe down because there's a little gross in the front there. So I just cleaned it off. And then I moved the onions and the potato. And then finally I got to the cabinet that we hardly ever use. I decided to give some stuff to Goodwill and donate stuff. And then my daughter is actually moving out here in a couple months. So I decided to take her stuff and box it up. So when she's ready to go, she can take it with her. I'm super sad about that, but at the same time, I'm excited. So, as you can see, I'm kind of moving things around, shuffling them about. And most of this stuff actually is stuff that we use just once a year. The skillet that we use very often to make like grilled cheese or, a bunch of breakfast foods and that sort of thing. So I was super excited about actually using this cabinet after all these years not really using it. And that right there is one of those little bullet things. And I just had to see if everything was there because I want to start using it to make my smoothies instead of using my daughter's blender, which she doesn't mind, but I just wanted her stuff to be kept separate because, like I said, she's moving out. And she loves chopsticks, and so those were her wooden chopsticks. And then that's another dish that I use, just seasonal. And it's just amazing how much stuff gets piled up in one little cupboard that you hardly ever see the light of day in. Do you guys have a cupboard like that? I was so glad to get this decluttered and just be able to use it. Let me know in the comments below if you have an area in the kitchen where you just kind of put stuff, kind of lands there. Here's all the stuff I'm going to get rid of and take downstairs. Then here I am doing the Cinderella method, as I call it, of mopping the floor. I know it sounds strange, but that's how I like to mop, is getting down on the floor and being able to see it. And then finally, here is the end result. It turned out lovely. I know my daughter is going to be happy to be able to play with her play kitchen. And as you can see, this is the end result, and we can finally walk through and move the chairs. I just have to be able to find a place for the calendar that's behind the fridge. Check out my Instagram at Elizabeth Sweet Pink Home. Don't forget to subscribe. I do a video every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it.